If there's one thing that's been constant in OU's 2-century-plus history, it's that students have always figured out how to have a good time. In the 1940s, students attended dances and gathered around big bands. In the 60s and 70s, students were more politically active in protesting the Vietnam War, even forcing campus to close down early in 1970. Several years later, OU began hosting music fests, bringing in acts to the convo such as James Taylor, the Beach Boys, and Billy Joel, just to name a few. Things got rowdy after just a few years of spring concerts, and they were canceled until 1978, when the Spring Music Festival was relaunched and transitioned to an outdoor venue. Fests reigned supreme in the 80s, as green weekends were added to the fest calendar, in addition to Spring Music Fest. At this time, beer trucks were present alongside food trucks, as this came at a time when the drinking age in Ohio was 19. After university-sponsored fests saw their heyday in the 80s, things got complicated when the drinking age was changed to 21 and went into effect in Ohio around 1987. The university could no longer host events with alcohol. In 1989, the first dry Spring Fest was held, but with low attendance.
In 1991, students took things into their own hands by hosting the first Palmer Fest during the same year that the university discontinued Spring Fest. Palmer Fest continued to grow throughout the 90s, eventually moving to front yards and sidewalks, and this proved problematic for the police.
In 2000, Fest expanded to include Mill and High Streets.
Numbers Fest saw its inaugural run in 2004 and brought music back to the Spring Fest scene in Athens. All of the fests grew every year until problems arose, including houses on fire, riots in the streets, and even the deaths of a few students. Ever since, Mill Iron and Palmer Place have been added, and even more recently, Congo Fest on Congress Street. Police have begun shutting down parties earlier in previous years, but crafty OU students seem to continue the decades-old tradition of Spring Fests every year. Not many things are guaranteed in this world, but if there is one thing that will likely persist, it is fests in Athens.